guys, it's Liz. Today we will be drawing my OC, Princess Henrietta. She is based off of peahens, which are the female counterpart to peacocks. She's another character that I just sort of integrate to every story that I write, from fan fiction to original content. Every story with Princess Henrietta will have Alfrontera somewhere in there. Because peafoals are my favorite birds, I really wanted to create a couple based off their sexual differences. The female, or femme in this case, has a very muted tone to her colors with an iridescent neck and smaller plumage. So here you will see Princess Henrietta, or peahen for short, in the same brown tones with a colorful necklace. One thing that I remembered from this drawing as opposed to the last one was that I did the face makeup correctly. I forgot to put the white eyeliner on Alfrontera, but it'll be fixed the next time you see them. There are a lot of different theories as to how peahens actually select their mates, which is why it's so hard for me to come up with a story for how they met or how they became a couple. More often than not, it is attributed to the size and shape of the peacock's plumage, but there was a Japanese study that recorded peahens mating with peacocks with smaller or less shapely trains, so people are starting to think it's a regional difference. My favorite theory so far is the handicap theory. It states that if the male can survive with this big, unwieldy train, then surely he must be better at hunting or evading predators. Because there are so many different theories regarding the mating process, I'm having a hard time coming up with the exact reason hen picked Al. I will have to write a story by the next time you see them together. In contrast to Alfrontera, where I knew exactly the kind of outfit I wanted for her, I am struggling so hard to find a singular design for the princess. She always has different shades of brown. She always wears a green or blue iridescent necklace. She always has curly hair, and she has more of a passive personality. Kind of dropped the ball for conveying the shy nature of her character, because this is a very confident pose that I'm drawing her in. I looked up woman sitting, and I just liked the search result for it. I thought the whole, dyke spreading, as we tend to call it, looked really nice. So the reason I drew her like this is Big Gay told me to. So I kind of dropped the ball on conveying her personality in this image, but rest assured, I swear she is a shy, very... she's a very shy girl. She does not speak in public. She does not like to draw attention to herself. In terms of picking a design for the outfit, though, it doesn't help that I haven't settled on an actual time period for the two of them to live in, or a universe for them to stay in. Time travel is still on the table, so I can keep putting them in different outfits that are very fun and enjoyable to draw, and just have them complement each other wherever they are. I mentioned in the last video that I wanted to do a Phoenix version of the outfit design for Al, and I'm thinking about that for Princess Hen too. Instead of it being red like fire, I'm thinking maybe instead have the dress be black for soot, or maybe black and gray with the same gradient pattern that you're seeing here. I think that'd be cute. And then maybe white hair. Ooh. No, maybe it's still very the outfits with her are always so wishy-washy, and I'm still going to be struggling with it for a while, I think. I do like the idea of Princess being physically large, both muscular and chubby, while still being shy. A lot of media takes the trope of the bigger girl and uses it in kind of a degrading way. Like they'll have her be overbearing and rude to sensitive little cuck man like Eddie from the It movies and slash book. Or she's just a pair of giant boobs for the shorter partner to bury their face in. I haven't really seen size differences like that played respectfully, I guess, except in the case of Mario and Princess Peach, but I don't know if they're officially like a couple. But Princess Henrietta is royalty, so she should be treated that way. And maybe the reason she chose Al has nothing to do with the fact that they wear elegant suits and have their own money, or there's something that she has on all the male competition that would seriously make their lives harder. Maybe the reason the princess chose Al was because she was treated like the royalty that she is. You know what? Hold, please. Okay, so I stopped the recording to do a little bit of writing to flesh out this story. It's very quick, but this is it. This is the official story of how Princess Henrietta fell in love with Alfrontera. So based off the current outfit designs that I have, let's say they are at a bar of a shady restaurant. This is the setting, and this is what I have decided. The princess is doing exactly what she's known for, putting herself in disguise and going out. She's a beautiful woman minding her own business. As is usual, men often approach her to make a move. You're very gorgeous for your size. How much would it cost for you to sit on me? You're not the only one who's big. Hen stands at 6'1" without heels. Along with her sheer height, she's also rather muscular and has noticeable body fat. She's reminded of her time at the castle, where her family holds large parties, other royal families will make an appearance, and any male around her age would shoot their shot with very similar opening lines. Your estate must be as big as you are. It must be tough to find a man with all that muscle, but it doesn't bother me. You'd be so pretty if you weren't so tall. She rolls her eyes and goes back to her drink. Little does she know that halfway down the bar, there was someone psyching themselves up to meet the disguised princess. It was Alfrontera. She picked a good day to wear her favorite button-up shirt. It gave her the confidence to approach the staggeringly tall woman. Hi, you're really beautiful. Thank you. Hen was still pensive. The approach is not unlike some men who take several steps before commenting on her weight, or her muscles, or her height. She stared hard for any secondary sex characteristics just to understand what she was looking at. She looked for breasts, an Adam's apple, anything to tell her more about this person, but she found nothing. Sorry, are you waiting for someone? Al asked, focusing hard on Hen's gaze. They didn't say anything else, but something about Hen's face looked familiar. The princess appreciated the respect and allowed Al to stay and talk. They got along and soon they were laughing. Why can't lesbians dance? Al asked. Why not? Because you can't cut a rug and eat it too. Al watched Hen tilt her head back to laugh. The way her smile curled, the angle of her jaw, the muscle in her bare neck, it was enough to make Al's tongue catch in her throat. Do you, have anywhere to be after this? Al stuttered. The princess only nodded. That was the caveat of sneaking out. You had to be home before anyone noticed. I can't even give you my number. I'm sorry, but I might be able to come back next week. Al felt betrayed. Was she married? Did she live with her parents? What was the problem? She was crushed, but agreed to the date to find out more. The two waited outside for a cab together, and Hen apologized. They kissed the princess's hand and only watched as she rode away. The next day, Al was watching the news. It's always the same pattern. Here's the worst thing that's ever happened. Now, horrible things are happening somewhere else. Finally, a puppy dog with no legs learns how to walk. How sweet. Al was so busy cussing herself out about that girl from last night, she almost missed the news about the princess. She had been seen last night with a mysterious, man with blue hair? Sources are trying to find this individual for questioning. Until then, the royal family has put the princess on lockdown for her disobedience. The family will also be holding one of their famous royal parties, where the princess has one final chance to select a partner. Al immediately called out of work, then asked a friend for advice. This friend in question was a drag queen who designs formal wear during the week. She couldn't believe that this idiot was actually able to charm royalty. This character that I just mentioned, by the way, doesn't exist yet. I would actually like to invest in this character in the future. It's the shirt you made me. I swear, if you make me a full suit, we might be able to get into that party. This made the queen pause. Those parties are extraordinary, and he had a lot of ideas for how to dress his tiny lesbian friend. Fine, come to the studio so I can get your measurements. This queen measured Al, and his team got to work. With a flurry of fabrics and needles, the suit was constructed to perfectly fit Al. It took 2 weeks of fervent sewing to craft the garment. Al's collar fluttered with iridescent feathers, the fabric of the coat and pants shimmered a royal blue. The gaudy ensemble was tucked into a pair of glittering knee-high boots. Her designer chose a complimentary gown with luscious shades of tan and chocolate. The security at the gate raised an eyebrow at the couple, but nonetheless allowed them inside. They were aghast at how beautiful the castle was. Influential wealthy people talked and danced and mingled. The queen became distracted by a handsome bachelor who did not seem interested in meeting Princess Hen. At the top of the stairs, the princess sat on her throne, which was sandwiched between the king and queen's thrones. Before Al even touched the first step, guards grabbed either arm. "You're not allowed up here," one of them said. "You wait until the end like everyone else." Al knew that causing a scene would mean trouble. Lots of it. She backed off and waited for Hen to make her choice. She couldn't help thinking other people were staring at her for the rest of the night. At the end of the party, all the available bachelors lined up for Hen to make her choice. Her cold, disinterested gaze bore into each man. Men with even nicer suits, who were taller, who were stronger, all froze over with rejection. The powerful ray of Hen's judgment turned out cold before adjusting to who she was looking at. Both women gasped at the surprise. Other prospects jeered at their loss, the king and queen cheered, and the couple kissed. Celebration didn't last long before a voice called out, "He's not royal, he's that guy from the bar." Hen led Al to the back of the castle, towards the stables. They hopped on the horse and ran away together, and then they lived happily ever after, and blah blah blah, and they did all the other things that newlywed couples do whenever they run away together into a sunset. I actually wrote that story just on the fly, right after deciding then and there. It took several hours. It was very hard because I normally take much longer to write stories. But yeah, that queen character I am interested in fleshing out in the future. Maybe not immediately, but I am open to doing so. There's definitely more content to be pulled from this first draft. Some details definitely need to be added, but I think this meeting story could be really fun, along with maybe adding a real antagonist, because really it's just, there doesn't seem to be much conflict here, and I have to make more conflict in order to actually make that an interesting story, unless I made it absolutely hilariously stupid. If I could just make it more stupid, then I don't think I need more action. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you are interested in me writing more stories, if you want me to read story concepts, or maybe do you want history on art, or do you just want me to flesh out more characters? Do you like me designing characters in front of you? I am interested in doing a lot of things on this channel, so please let me know in the comments what you in particular would like to see more of. I post videos once a week, and yeah, that's about it. So I will see you guys next Tuesday. If you hit the bell, then you will be alerted as to when I show up. So thanks guys, bye bye. I know the story's just like Cinderella, shut up!